All right. We are live. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. Let's gonna do a stream right now because we do see that there is a dip right now. We do see a dip. So we're seeing Shiba at 8, right? We're seeing Bitcoin at 33. Yikes. Okay, yep. And so it's looking like this this probably could take us to 31. This probably can take us to 31,000. The reason why I'm saying that is because right here, ascending triangle, ascending wedge, rising wedge. Rising wedges are bad. We had a fake out, but technically our resistance is ascending, our support is ascending. It's a bearish move. We had a retest right here, failed, so much resistance coming in here, dropped down here, and now we have to wait to see if this holds. Because if this actually does not hold, we see here a head and shoulder, even though it's not really a head and shoulders, actually more like a it's more of a, sorry, I don't know why I'm blanking out, a descending triangle here. Descending triangle has a resistance that is descending, and then it has a horizontal support. So more like this, and then this is the support right here. These are bearish patterns, and so if we do see this actually play out for Bitcoin, we do see that it has the potential to have this kind of move right here, and that would bring us at 30K exactly. So could we have another retest of 30K? This could be very this could be potential, right? This could have a lot of potential here, that we do have this 30K retest one more time of this blue box. But like I said before, that is not a good thing to do because we already hit it so many times. And if we even look at it here, if we come back down one more time, it is like forming an even bigger descending triangle right here, which is not very good at all. Not particularly very good. If you're just joining the stream, remember, if you want to post in the comments down below any coins you want me to take a look at. But right now they're all very red because we do see Bitcoin's price that is currently going down as we speak. We had this big massive move to the downside, and if I look at my moving averages right here, we just broke the 21 and the 50 that we were holding on to for such a long time, right? We're just trading here for the last 2 days, just kind of in limbo, and now we actually found a nice move right here. So as you can see, my white lines, they've been trading within those white lines. We got a big sell order right here, and if we take these out real quick, we do see that they have been trading within these white lines, right? Breaking up, breaking down, fake out, moving up, moving down, trying to get through this. But like I said before, this breaking above this yellow line of support would have been a very good move, but we ended up getting rejected multiple times here. Look, big old wick, and actually not even closing anywhere above this line, and having just wicks to the upside too, and then also resistance here, horizontal resistance. But this yellow line, if you see, it's very, very important, because if we zoom out a little bit, see how it's been right here since the 22nd of June 22nd right here. We had a really big move to the downside at around 28,000. That was our bottom, and then we just kept making higher and higher lows. Up here, another touch, another couple touches here last week, and then we actually came up, tested this area of resistance, broke down, broke out of the triangle, out of the rising wedge, and then retest, rejected, another retest, rejected again. And that's why we found such a big drop to the downside. Guys, if you're just tuning in right now, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so we did have a breakdown, come back up, retest, another retest. People were saying this was kind of like a W, but as a matter of fact, it was, if you zoom out, that's what's so important, to zoom out. If if you zoom out, you see that it was part of a bigger pattern of this right here, this ascending wedge, and that's a very bearish pattern. And remember, the price target for ascending wedge is the bottom of the wedge, and that is going to be in this area right here. So very, very sketchy place to be in right now. Bitcoin can actually come back down here to this $32,000 range, and it would still it would still technically be bullish. But if we take into the fact of all the price targets for this big old ascending wedge, ascending wedge or rising wedge, it's down here. If we take if we use this M pattern right here, the price target is going to be around here. And then if we also take what else? This sorry guys, if we take this descending triangle here as well, like right here, all the targets are exactly here at around 31 to 30,000, and it's not looking very good right now. We have to see a lot more volume come in, because our volume is also decreasing here. As you can see, volume's decreasing, so we're revving up for a very, very big move for Bitcoin. And so the fact that we have just been making lower and lower highs and keeping the same area here of support is saying to me that we could drop down here and start trading within this range. Maybe one more drop to this lower range of 31,000, and then we'll get that spring that we've been waiting for such a long time. Because here, I mean, if we break this first high, all right, so we look here. We had a low, we had a higher low, couldn't break out here. That's what we got rejected down here. Now we're at equal level here with this low. So what that means is if we break down here past this point right here, this is where our previous low was around July 1st. If we break down there to that lower range and we don't get a nice move to the upside, that means that we can't break this area right here, because our next low right here is very crucial to hold. Because if you break through this, anywhere between this area and this blue box, we start trading within that range, that'll tell me that we have a lot of weakness coming in, and we could see a potential move to even lower prices down here, which we do not want. We do not want that to happen. But as of right now, what we're seeing is a move to the downside. We have our next area of support at 32,000, and we have our next area of support at 31,000. So I am placing some long orders right here at this area when we do eventually come back there, because I do in fact believe this is the bottom back down here. But you know, I will be placing my my sell orders probably around here, just because if the price, let's say the price, this is what I want to happen, right? So we want the price to move down here, hit this blue box, and then just skyrocket up here to that $40,000 range. But if it breaks below this area of support, then that's what I'm going to be getting out and just waiting a little bit longer till it reaches a lower level, and then placing my bets back in. But remember, with crypto, it's very volatile, so you are going to see a very crazy price movement, so it's going to be very hard to time this. But that's why you always can put in buy and sell orders, buying at a certain point like 31,000, and then maybe selling at 37,000, or if it starts going the other way, right, selling here at the bottom of this blue box at around 30,000. So that's how I'm going to be approaching this, how I'm going to be trading it for my next move. But I do see it's very bearish at the moment. We do have an M pattern forming, and the neckline is just right here, apart from a very bigger descending triangle. And then apart from that, if you zoom out even more, you can see we have this rising wedge, and rising wedges are very bearish patterns. So if you look here, rising wedge. So we got a pattern that looks kind of like this. Let me find, let's see, like right here. I don't know if you can zoom in here. Oh yeah, we can. But yeah, so we have a rising wedge right here, and then the target is always going to be at the bottom of the wedge. So right around in this area when we started trading the wedge. And if you look back at Bitcoin, oops, very big. right there. All right, and if we look at here, this is another rising wedge, and then we're just got rejected right here, and now we're gonna break down. And this is where you want to enter if you're looking at bearish patterns. You always want to enter right here. You don't want to. You either can enter right here or right here, but it's always good to have that confirmation, because look, breaking through, right? You don't want to place your bet in order right here because you have to wait for the confirmation. The confirmation happened already, right? If you look on the daily, right? We'll move right here. If you look on the daily, the price broke out, it started closing, and then it came back for the retest. And this is where you want to put in your long if you're shorting. And then look, we got a perfect touch over here, down here to this level. And just to measure that move from the very top right here to the very bottom, that's a 5% move. And if you're trading on leverage, I usually use 6 to 7x trading leverage. So that would have been a 35% profit just in that move in one day. So that's just how I approach trading. But at the moment right now, we are seeing that rejection coming out. Bitcoin's price going to be around 31,000. If you're just joining the stream, make sure to hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And also type in the comments down below if you want me to take a look at any other altcoins. But right now we're just looking at Bitcoin. But if we look at other altcoins, everything is kind of just down 5 to 6%. Shiba is down quite a bit. I did talk about my video. If you're a Shiba holder, I talked about my video that this was going to be a double top, and we are starting to see that weakness and potential to move back down here and retest this lower area right here, where I feel like we're going to have a lot of support. Because if we're just trading here, coming down here, this would be a nice area for a bounce and then a nice move to the upside. And that's just my opinion, but we did see like a high and then a lower high, a horizontal support. All indicators that we're going to have either an M pattern like this or a double top. All right, but yeah, so that's what's looking like for SHIB right now. And let's see if we have anything here. Yeah, so we do have some sell indicators on this last candle. This is the 6-hour candle. And yeah, so we just been trading really volatilely through these areas right here. And we're just having so many wicks to the up and down side, and that's just because of Shiba swap. That's the main reason why. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below anything you guys want me to take a look at. Am I lagging though? I don't know if I'm lagging or not. Hopefully the stream is looking good to you guys. If you're just joining in, I'm taking recommendations on what you want me to take a look at, any altcoins. But right now, we're just taking a look at Bitcoin and Shiba. Let's see. Let's look at. Yeah, so Bitcoin right now looking good. We do have only an hour and 44 minutes left. If we close above this, this could be a bullish sign. But at the moment, we are breaking down right here. We are breaking down here. This is critical support. This 33,000 has to hold. If it starts going below, that is a very, very bad sign. Very bad sign for Bitcoin. That means we're going to be going down to at least 32,000 and then 31,000. And it's not going to be slow either. It's going to be a very quick move. A very, very quick move. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index as well. We're back at 20. We're back at 20. So yesterday was 28. Today we're at 20 because we are dropping. And that's why I'm always saying that's something that I think is the best asset a trader can have, is to wait, is to learn how to just wait, to be patient. Let the market come to you. A lot of people are also so scared of just standing on the sidelines while they see a huge pump. But they worry about missing the pump, but they don't worry about learning how to see the signs before the pump happens in order to get in. And that's what is very important in this trading game here, because the market makers, the people in power, the people with the money that can move the markets, that's what we call them, market makers, they are the ones that decide where the price goes. So what you have to do is think like them and know what is a good opportunity to buy. And that's why I have these blue boxes. These have always told me time and time again that that is the best time to buy and the best time to sell. let's take Shiba for instance. If we look at Shiba, we see perfect time to buy right here in my blue box. Over here as well, blue box, perfect times to buy. And what happens after that? Look at these crazy moves to the upside right here. And then every time we get near the top blue box, perfect time to sell. Perfect time to sell right here. Perfect sell time. Here didn't get as far, but still great gains if you got bound below. You know, it's all just depends on your win and loss, your P&L, your profit and loss, where you want to take profit, how much you want to make, how much you're willing to lose. And that all just comes from learning how to draw these areas of supply and demand, right? So supply is going to be up here, demand is going to be down here. Yeah, let's look at XRP. Let's do it. Okay. So like I said before, XRP was in this gigantic triangle right here, right? As support, moving upwards, broke out, had a massive swing to the upside, just intense volatility. We had that massive drop, and then we do see now, we look up here, we do see now that it is starting to get rejected off of this white line that I drew. We did have a nice move to the upside, but we failed, because what I was saying is this could technically be a double bottom reversal pattern. Let me just get rid of all this stuff right here. But yeah, this could be a double bottom right here, this W reversal pattern. But what we had to see was that confirmation, like I was talking about, dropping down here, bouncing off this and moving up higher. But we did not get that. We tried to bounce, very weak bounce, and we ended up trading below it. If we zoom in just a little bit more, right on the last couple of 6-hourly candles, we see we had that bounce, no move to the upside, made a lower high here, made a lower high. And at this candle, I could have confirmed, all right, maybe it's time to get out, because we did make a lower high and this candle closed right here in between our resistance. So it was not looking very good. It was not looking very good at all. And we did see a move to the downside, make another lower high. As of right now, we had this ascending support right here. And let's see what else. And so yeah, and so we also retested that as well. We got a retest here, failed to break back into this area, and instead went the other way, and now we're coming back down here, and we're trading. As of right now, we did break below this lower high, but we do have 3 hours left till this candle closes. So right now we're at 63, so we are maintaining slightly above, but this is looking like a classic M pattern right here. This is an M. This is also an M. And then we do have this horizontal support here at around 64 cents. And so if we do break this line right here, it could signify another move to the downside for XRP, and that would be a move at around down to 57 cents. All right, so that's what's looking like for XRP. If we also take a look here, let's use our fib levels. That is also exactly right here. This golden pocket is at the neckline. So if we do not make it and bounce above this neckline, it is looking very, very bad for XRP. I mean, not crazy bad, but the point is we could see prices come back down here to 57, 58, and then 54 and 52 are going to be my next price targets for XRP. But we just can't. We have to hold 58, and I feel like that's where we're going to get some demand come in. People are going to be placing their orders at around 58 because that's the price target for this M pattern right here. And what else can we look at here? So look at our moving averages as well. Yeah, so we're just below all of these moving averages. Right here would have been a good sign to get out as well, because as you can see, it was breaking below the 50 and the 21-day moving average. So where's, oh, and yeah, we're way below the 200 moving average as well on the 6-hourly chart. So we're just still in a bearish downtrend. We did break again, so expect another leg down to 58 and 54 and 51. but 50 cents should be a really big psychological support, so we could see a potential bounce there. But we have to hold above this yellow golden ratio pocket between the 0.65 and the 0.618 right here. These two yellow lines, they're acting as crazy support, and look, it's supported here, and we're hopefully getting another bounce here for a move to the upside. But that all just depends on Bitcoin's price. And do you think the airdrop of Spark token will affect the price of XRP? I haven't heard about the Spark token, but right now the main thing that you got to focus on that's affecting XRP price is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is affecting the price because, as you can see, we go back to the crypto fear and greed index. Oops, sorry, can't even see that. It's at 20, and that's always been a bad time for altcoins when it's below 20, around 20. We see a lot of weakness in the market, and a lot of people taking their altcoin gains, selling and putting it into either BTC or just leaving the market temporarily, waiting on the sidelines for that. Yes, Drink, let's talk Shiba too. We'll go on Shiba right now. But like I said, the main thing that's affecting the price of XRP is going to be Bitcoin in the end, like all these other altcoins. As you see, we got Bitcoin right here. Let's go on to Shiba. So like I said before, for Shiba, we had this double top scenario in my video. If you watched it yesterday, we had a double top. So double tops are basically just M patterns, which are reversal patterns. Once you see a huge uptrend, like we saw right here, boom, huge uptrend, it always comes back with some resistance, right? And then consolidation, so sideways price action movement. And we saw that, and now we're just creating a very, very significant horizontal support line at around the 8 cents or the 0.000008 cents. Just like we saw right here, this is just a huge area of support. It was support and resistance for so long here since the dump started, and that's why we're getting this double top. So first high and then a lower high, and that means a reversal which potentially can come back down here to this blue box area. And if I was going to trade this, I would wait till I hit this blue box, which is also confirmation of this this descending resistance right here that I've been drawing. If we come back and bounce off of that, this could potentially be a great long here to this upper area of that 10 region. Yeah, no problem, Matt. No problem. But yeah, that's what it's looking like for SHIB. We are just staying above this 21-day moving average for the 6-hourly chart, but we are just we are right on the level. We're just finding the 50 and the 21 as really strong support, but that could break at any moment just because we touched it so many times. Look at this right here. We touched it 1 time, 2, 3, like 6 times just in this area right here because of the Shiba swap. Everyone's just been moving around tokens. That causes a lot of volatility. That's why we're seeing these huge wicks to the upside, right? So this is what this pretty much this candle means right here. If we zoom in, right, because you see these candles and they don't have really big wicks, right? It's either a slight one to the upside or slightly bigger ones to the downside. And then right here, we see these huge wicks. Let me get rid of the volume right here. We're seeing these huge wicks, right? That means the price opened up right here. When it's a green candle, the price opens up on the bottom of the candle, moves all the way up. So the way to read this candle is we opened here at 8.5, went all the way up to almost 10, came all the way back down to around 7, 6, 8, 9, and then came back up and then closed a little bit higher, closed at 8.5, right? So these are insane wicks, insane volatile wicks. And if you look at the 15-minute chart, we can even see even better. Just to give you a hint of what's going on. Even then, like these, there have to be like the 5-minute chart just to see how crazy it is. Let's do the 1-minute chart just to see how every single minute the price has just been going up and down like crazy, It's using this as very strong resistance here. Yeah, exactly. So the chart right now is very volatile just because of the Shiba swap, right? But all you have to do is just ignore a lot of the noise. What you have to do is just look at the wicks. Where did the price go up to? And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the price went up to here at this resistance at 10, and then it went slightly lower the second time around, right? Second time around, and now it's just trailing downwards. It's trailing downwards, and once it starts breaking these yellow, orange, and red lines of support, there's not much left holding it for it to come back down here and retest these lower levels too. And there's gonna be panic selling, and there's gonna be people that want to exit the market, collect their gains, and then we'll see a nice rise. Again, it's always going to happen. It's going to keep happening. We're always just going to see retests happen every single time. That's what I'm always saying. It's don't feel like you missed out on anything. The price always comes back, even if it's really far. Like we saw with Bitcoin, right? It was at 65,000. How the trading changing the prices and how that volatility looks. How for Shiba Swap, is that what you're telling me? Is how it makes this look very volatile? So basically how this actually works out is, this is what people usually do when they want to place buy and sell orders. So they look at a local high. That's my local high right there. Let me just zoom it, drag it down a little bit. This is my local high, right? Price is fluctuating, nothing too crazy. We do see this trend of a descending trend. So people can place their buy orders right here because they see this is an area of support, and then they just ride it up, right? It was very weak, and so they had a retest, but right when that Shiba Swap announcement happened, and it was on live, we saw this huge move to the upside. But then again, on Shiba Swap, its protocols are you can either stake, right? You can stake coins. You can be a part of a liquidity pool, meaning that you're putting your assets, in this case Shiba token, you're putting your assets in a liquidity pool for people to use, so whenever they want to exchange, they have access to assets, and so you make money by the fees that they're charged from exchanging, because every exchange charges a fee, and once they go into a liquidity pool to get those assets out, it's like basically kind of like you're the middleman. If they want to exchange from one token to the other, they're going to be charged a fee, and they're going to be using your liquidity, your assets, in order to get that exchange, and then you're going to be collecting the fee as a reward for providing the service of your assets or the token. And so what is going on is you're going to see a lot of exchanging, buying, and selling, and that's what is adding to this crazy volatility. So that's what's going to be adding for that crazy volatility. But the fact that we do also have $1 billion worth of Shiba, I think it's $1 billion right now. Let's take a look. Let's look at Shiba Swap. That's why we do see a lot of volatility, but at the same time, it's only in a very tight range too. Right here, dang, that's a lot. Okay, so the total, sorry, I can't really see it, but right here, this TVL, that stands for total locked value, or total value locked. And right now we're at 1.4 billion of Shiba actually locked in, which is pretty crazy because the whole market cap is around 3 billion. So we do have a lot locked into Shiba Swap already, and it's only been out for like 2 days, right? This is the second day, yeah. So that's pretty intense. I've seen on the Reddit page there's a lot of people saying that there's just, all right, so we do see Bone slightly lower, just because Shiba is trading slightly lower, but that is why we see such a volatile movement in Shiba's price, but at the same time, it's at a very tight range, right? We never close above or below those two areas. Like if we go back here again, even though we're having crazy wicks to the upside and crazy wicks to the downside, right? Like in this candle, we went all the way up 10 and then went down to 7, like within 1 4-hourly candles, within 4 hours. But at the same time, we never closed above this white line and below this white line here. So we're still trading within this range, and it's about time. Look, every time and time again. So just think of it as levels, right? So we've been trading within this range, broke up. We weren't ready to trade in this range yet. There wasn't the momentum or the volume or the people that wanted to hold. So we came back down in this range, traded lower, traded in this range, moved up, and now we're trading in this upper range right here. that we haven't traded in a long time, since back here in June, early June. And so what this is saying is, if we touch any more, if we start closing candles, like see here, we close a couple candles right here, but we made a nice bounce to the upside. If you start closing candles in this lower range, we are definitely coming back down here to retest this area one last time to move up higher. Yes, that is dope. That's dope that we have a lot. It was at $1 billion yesterday. Now it's at 1.4 billion. We'll see how high it actually can go. Because I think PancakeSwap has, I think, 3 or 4 billion locked in liquidity. So we just have to wait. We have to wait and see. But like I said, Bitcoin is trailing downwards. And I said that we are going to keep going lower. So that's why I'm saying that Shiba Inu, this would probably be a good time to buy right here. Place in buy orders. Yet again, not financial advice, but just reading the charts and having the experience that I have, and seeing how there's fluctuations of supply and demand, which are just signified in these blue boxes. And the reason why I put these blue boxes here, if you're new or you're just starting to trade, is do you see how crazy the prices moves up and down between these areas, right? That's where the supply and demand comes in. We see that people are placing sell orders here, so the price drops very quickly. And we're seeing people are placing buy orders here, so the price moves up very quickly once it hits those levels, right? We don't stay in these levels for too long, right? The price moves away from them very quickly, right? We don't stay for too long. Just wicks here, just wicks, and then here, just wicks as well, right? We're not trading in those ranges for a long time. We're bouncing, moving away from them. All right. Any other comments or any suggestions for altcoins for me to look at? Put them in the comments down below. Let's look at, I just want to look at crypto.com because I do own crypto.com, and we did actually have, oh, nice. Yes, nice. If you don't know crypto.com, it's an exchange, and they have their own token, and the token provides utility by like giving you, I think it's giving you like cash back if you own the card, or also giving some rewards and interest if you own their token, which is this crypto.com token. And you recently saw a nice move to the upside because they just signed a deal with UFC, and they're actually going to be a paid sponsor for the UFC, putting a lot of money in, and they're starting very soon. If you're into UFC, they're actually, the McGregor and Poirier fight is going to happen this Saturday, and they're actually going to be a sponsor on that, in that, I think, UFC 264. So that's pretty awesome to see. We're going to be seeing crypto.com on the stage and on their gear as well. So that's awesome. If this was going to pump hard and break support, could you see a possible reason why it would? Are you talking about Shiba? Because right now we're seeing a lot of volatility with Shiba, but I do see once we hit this, hopefully, so this is what I want to see. I want to see Shiba bounce off of here and then straight move up. All right, because if we start bouncing, if we do a weak bounce, because weak bounces look like this. That's what a weak bounce looks like. Let's zoom in here. Let's break this apart. See how every single time we bounced off. Oops. Let me just, sorry about that. Let's take this for instance, right? Bounce, boom, huge move to the upside. Another bounce, huge move to the upside. We're not trading within this range a lot. And here, another nice touch and then move away. Here, this is a weak bounce. We broke way below, I think lower than we did over here. So once we set this new low, that gave us the precedent to know that, hey, this is not looking very good, and this could show weakness, right? Once you're making a lower low, that's just classic 101 TA, which is know when to see an uptrend, how to spot an uptrend, and the uptrends are really easy to spot. It's making higher lows and higher highs, right? You're inch like a staircase, right? Like higher lows, higher highs, moving up. But here, this was our previous low, and then we made a lower low, right? It's lower. Move this a little bit down this way. So we made a lower low. That was like, okay, that's a warning sign for me. That's a warning sign saying, hey, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Then we use our fib levels, swing high to swing low. Hold on. Oops. right here. All right, so putting my swing low, my swing high. Do you see how, because the way I use the Fibonacci retracement is if I think this is going to be a bottom, right? So I think this is going to be the bottom. So I put my swing low as right here, come back here to my swing high, and I get all these different ranges. And do you see how the golden pocket is perfectly right here? And if you zoom in even a little bit more, you see how that was acting as really strong resistance because we came up, we didn't even touch it. We came up very close to it and then boom, got rejected. Once I saw this candle right here was all I needed to see after using all this stuff. Yeah, so after this candle right here, that's why it's always good to, why I tell people always learn how to use the fib. This is what helped me a lot. Learning how to use the Fibonacci retracement, learning how to use the moving averages as support and resistance, learning how to use the patterns, and a lot of people forget this, the candle bar, the candlestick patterns, okay? Because this right here is a very bearish candlestick. Why? Because first of all, the upper wick is bigger, right? It's bigger than the lower wick, meaning that the price got rejected pretty strong at this point. Up to that range, it came all the way back down here and closed the candle. So that means that this was resistance, right? We went whoop, boom, came back down. So that was my, this is like the nail in the coffin right here, because first, trading below Fibonacci, bouncing off support in a very weak bounce, and this very bearish pattern right here, this very bearish candle pattern, all warning signs, right? But then once I saw here a good move to the downside right here, these are nice bullish wicks. I'm like, maybe this is a reversal, right? And we started coming back up, trading within this range, and right here, this is a nice area that I would have entered in, right? Having a nice candle right here, a bullish engulfing pattern is what we call it. And look at that, it moved all the way back to the upside. So I forgot what was even the question now. But yeah, that's why I'm saying that we do have this blue box as support. But remember, the more times you touch support, the more times we are gonna be the more certain we can say that it might break, because right here we've touched it so many times that this could be the last one and we could drop even lower. But that's why I'm not thinking it's going to happen, because of a Shiba swap coming out. People are more confident in Shiba token and Bitcoin. I'm thinking that we are just going to set a little bit of a temporary low, and then we're going to bounce back up. But if you are on the opposing side, the more bearish side, that Bitcoin is going to drop to the 20Ks, then right now might not be the time to enter in. But that being said, I'd still believe that we did put in the bottom at 28K. If we do go back to that area, I feel like we're going to have a lot of buy orders at the bottom. So that's going to make us spring up in price, right? Because look, people knew that this was to come in. That's why we saw a huge move in the upside. This huge wick. The price never stayed below the white line. Never stayed there. People put in their buy orders here just in case it came down. And look what happened. It came down. Boom. Everybody's buy orders got ordered, right? Whoever wanted to buy down here, their order filled, and it moved very high up. But we're still just really just trading within this range, right? Once we start seeing candles trading within here, right? We start seeing candles like this, or we start seeing candles like this, then we know it's either going to go here or go here. 1 or 5 minute? Yeah, man. We can go at the 1 minute chart. Yeah, look at that. It's just yeah, it's crazy. These candles are really crazy right now. But like I said, man, like we have a minute where it just comes here, and you see how it's very strong resistance, very strong resistance. People are putting all their sell orders here at that 9 level, and people are putting their buy orders here at this 8 level until whichever one breaks. And I think actually, now looking at the 1 minute chart, we have way more touches up here, so that could technically be a good thing. We could see this come up. Hopefully we won't see no more touches down here, right? If we see more up here, then that's looking very good for SHIB. Guys, if you're just joining in right now, make sure to like the video, and also place in your comments down below which altcoin you want me to take a look at. But right now we're just taking a look at Shiba. The 1 minute chart is looking really insane. I'm used to like it looking like this, but these crazy huge candles for a minute chart are pretty intense. Pretty intense.